Hello guys, Big Head Django here bringing you this week's guide for the trial Fine Art. As always, all my tunes come with a stock look and are tuned for maximum performance and handling. You can check out the weekly tunes video if you want a PR stunt guide as well. Still giving away credits on the Discord server, so join in. If you find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe, like and drop a comment. Let me know if you need help clearing the trial. Happy to help you out. Let's get started with the first race, starting in the back half of the grid. This week's trial is extremely annoying, mainly because we have classic racers in S1 class and they simply don't have enough grip or handling, so you are pretty much in for a very difficult time. So starting off the race, I try to maneuver onto the left side for this checkpoint, avoiding the puddle on the right. Otherwise that puddle is gonna make you spin out if you hit it at very high speeds. Approaching the first hard corner, and I do an excellently botched job of going through that. Have to brake hard for this corner. Feather the throttle through this section. You may or may not have to brake depending on how fast you're coming in through here. Hard braking around this corner. Try and hold the inside line here so that your teammates don't end up ramming you. First lap's almost complete and team's actually doing a pretty good job. We have the lead, so for once I don't have to focus on slowing down the AI. Back to the start finish line, onto lap 2. Mr. Joker here, very nicely demonstrating what I mean by avoiding that puddle. The cars in front have a pretty solid lead on me, so I'm not gonna be catching them anytime soon. Managed to brake correctly this time. Feathering the throttle through these turns, the entire screen covered in smoke, which brings me to a good point. If you end up with teammates who are sliding all over the road and wall riding, and if you happen to be faster than them, the only way to get ahead is to wall ride yourself. So I see a situation developing here. I see an opportunity to get ahead, wall ride around that corner, closer to the lead cars now. Try and avoid ramming any of them. And as they're still recovering from the last corner, I just managed to get through. But now that I have the lead, I have no intention of giving it up. Ram into the wall because I didn't want to risk my teammates ramming into me from behind, completely ruining my line. And now I have the lead. Just have to get through one more lap. Mostly a fast race, this one, but also a bit technical, so you have to be on your guard and careful about how you brake, and you absolutely need to feather that throttle. Maintain as much control as you possibly can. Heading back towards the finish line one last time. And team did a pretty excellent job, pretty decent one. Moving on to the second trial, thankfully I am starting at the back of the grid, which is helpful. The first two corners in this race pretty much decide how the rest of this race is going to go. You absolutely have to brake correctly at this first corner, otherwise you are going to hurt your teammates and possibly lose the race right here in this first corner. So you want to try and hold the inside line but then go over to the left side. I failed to do that because an AI decides to just push me all the way to the right, and I'm still at the back of the pack. Need to find an opening, get ahead. I brake here, but I'm rammed from behind, which leads me to land fallen. trying to push through. Everybody's trying to push through. Just absolute chaos. Everyone is all over the road. Almost missing this checkpoint. He managed to take it, and then finally I managed to take the lead. But I also know that we're losing hard at this point. Ford AI ahead of us. So we need to push really hard to have any chance of winning this trial. Landfall and managing to slow down the 4th place AI. And here I come in too hot, trying to ram the AI, but it moves out of my way. Doesn't end up being too harmful because I did give Landfall a pretty good boost there. Completely forget to brake here, of course, into the barrier. Thank God I didn't go down the hill. Still pushing hard, still need to take 2nd place because the team isn't doing too well. Absolutely destroy that Lola, pushing into the barrier, but I saw an opening with slowing down the AI. And thankfully it works out because that's it, we won. Took 2nd place, and now I can focus on slowing down the AI, give the rest of my team a chance to catch up so we can have a guaranteed win. The teammates passes me by, give them room so they don't miss the checkpoint. Still holding back the AI, making contact, letting another teammate pass. Now while it does look like we have an assured win, it's still not guaranteed because of the next upcoming section and because the race still isn't over. Landfall and spawning in, missing a checkpoint. Now for this section you have to follow the braking line. Do not ignore the braking line, brake correctly, feather the throttle as required, go as slowly as you can. You can see Blade Shark missing a checkpoint right there. You can see Landfall and all over the road. Go as slowly as possible. There's absolutely no room for overtaking on this section. The AI is not going to overtake you at all, so just do not have to be crazy fast. And now we have an assured win. So yeah. Final stretch to the finish. Let's try that again. Final stretch to the finish line. A not so easy win. To be honest, the team didn't really do too bad. So on to the final race, my friend Koenigan joining us for this one. Starting in the rear half of the grid, race to the first hairpin. I avoid ramming into Stone Chimp. For the first corner, brake hard, hold the inside line, feather the throttle. You need to open the throttle a lot later than you think you do. The AI ramming Koenigan, who ends up ramming me, almost ran into the boulders there. Brake check by another AI. That's always nice. Koenigan right behind me, but I'm worried they're going to ram me on the next corner. I see an opening and I take it. Went absolutely cleanly through that corner. One of the AI teleports right off the track. Another AI teleports right in front of me. So was definitely hinky, and suddenly Stone Chimp just disappears right in front of my eyes. While it does look like the doctor is trying to ram me, they're simply trying to take the inside line, and they do back off a little too late, ramming into the wall. And that's about the first race done. Coming up on the final corner, make sure to brake hard enough until the braking line disappears. That is your indicator to be able to turn into the corner, past the start gate and back onto the first hairpin, where you now need to brake very hard and then hold the inside corner, feather the throttle, open it up later than you think you have to. The doctor somehow managing to go wide, ram into the wall, and then just completely spins out, losing a lot of positions, and then proceeds to quit, which is disappointing because we were still winning. The rest of the race is pretty uneventful. Make sure to brake hard, feather the throttle when needed, follow the braking line. Team has a lead. So this race is particularly very easy. There's really no need to slow down the AI. Even if you don't have high skill, you are not going to have a very difficult time because the AI is not very good on this track. This is one of the easiest tracks in the game.
History.
Coming into the final corner, I didn't want to win, not gonna lie. I wasn't sure if Stelmov was going to ram me or not, so I performed the worst slide through this corner that is possible. Stelmov throws me a GG. Legend of a player, they weren't gonna do that. And that's it. All 3 trial races won. And Team Blue wins. This is the team from my first run and win. Look at how happy everyone is. You can be that happy too. This is Big Head Django. If this video helps you out, be sure to subscribe, like, comment. That's it. And I hope you have a great week ahead.